No Porn November is upon us. Are you ready? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you the jump start because I want to remind you that porn is highly addictive, very difficult to give up by yourself, and you need a plan. I'm the girl with the plan. I'm going to give it to you right now. So stick around. I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. What we're going to do here is set out the Unwire, Rewire, and Hardwire of a No Porn November rewire plan. So let's start with Unwire. Unwiring requires you to do the difficult task of not going back into the screen, not going back to explicit matter of all kinds. So the number one thing you can do for your Unwire portion of No Porn November is figure out what habits you need to stop. What do you keep doing? The compulsions that feel out of your control. Then write them down. Get your journal out and write them down. Now, figure out what triggers you into that. There are definitely triggers, and the triggers, they may come at you days or weeks in advance. But this is the time to become more aware of them in November. And if you have a slip or a relapse, it's imperative that you learn from it because we have to unwire the going back to the behavior that is ultimately you're doing it to be able to self-soothe and to offset stress and boredom. So we want you to learn how to self-soothe in healthier ways as we move through No Porn November. I have daily shorts coming at you so that you will have 30 strategies to learn to do that. But right now, figure out what is going to be the behaviors that are going to be difficult for you to give up and write them down. Make sure you're aware of all of them, not just porn proper, but it probably includes explicit matter that you're consuming in maybe long form media elsewhere, definitely short form media, sexual media, explicit matter. You may have behaviors in the real world that you're doing that will need to be either dampened for now and extinguished ultimately because we want to rewire your brain. The unwiring means you cannot go back to them. You have to figure out what you're going to go to instead, which leads me to your pivot plan. The pivot plan is when you have the urge, remember, it's the urge for mood regulation. You've just taught your brain to go to the thing to do it. You have to teach your brain in November to go to something else. So instead of going to porn or to social media, you're going to go to your favorite hobby that you haven't done in a long time. Maybe it's playing darts. Maybe it's billiards. Maybe it's a run. Maybe it's just push-ups because they are very good for your brain. But instead of going to the thing you used to do for high levels of dopamine, you're going to go to a new behavior for lower, healthier levels. So stay with me in the shorts because I'll give you more there. But that's the unwire portion of Unwire, Rewire, and Hardwire. It's imperative to look at your triggers, look at your behaviors, be able to learn more about them, and pivot into something else. You may also want to explore dysfunction or trauma, and I highly recommend you do it with a professional. You can do it with coaches. I have a coaching team that helps people do that, or with a therapist if you have an established therapist. But if you're talking about sex addiction, you really need a highly skilled professional in a very niche area. So be aware of that because sometimes generalized therapists don't totally know about the intricacies behind porn and sex addiction. So trauma might be an aspect for you that needs to be addressed. Unwire. Now, as we move to the second section, the rewire, it's imperative that you teach your brain to perform in a new way. The very easiest way is to get this baby, the brain training headband. It has sensors on the inside and over the ears. You can see mine's dirty because I use it a lot. It has makeup on it. But the idea is when you get this brain training headband, make sure you can Google Dr. Trish Leigh brain training headband and it will come up, or make sure you go to my website so that you can get the best pricing and best customer service if you need it. But I use this almost every day. You put it on your forehead, it reads how your brain is performing, and through these sensors, it gives your brain feedback to work better. Basically, it's a workout for your brain. And if you work your brain every day, it will get stronger. Then you're also going to use your mind and your body to start building new habits and new routines that are very healthy for your brain. It can surround food, it can surround exercise, it can surround how you deal with difficult things, because remember, porn's about offsetting stress and boredom. So if you don't have as much stress and boredom, there's less of a need to offset it. All that rewire is really important for getting you on purpose in your life again and driving you back towards your work, towards your hobbies, and towards your relationships instead of escaping away from them into porn and isolation. But also remembering porn's a super normal stimulus. It's going to grab you by the brain. So now you have to push away and be very diligent to not go back when the pull is there. You can do it. I know you can. That's the rewire section. And if you stay with me for the daily shorts, there's going to be 30 rewires for you. That's what we're doing this month. So make sure you like and you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get the No Vice November daily shorts with 30 rewire tactics. You can do this. Then the hardwiring is about, as your brain is changing over the month, you hardwire in the new performance mode. Now, the cool thing about the headband is it measures how your brain is performing every time you use it, and it will provide you with graphs and charts of your brain performance pattern. When you learn how to use it, you'll be able to know your brain is improving over the month. And I will remind you that if you struggle with sexual arousal dysfunction, ED, or the ability to get an erection to any extent with your partner, or to be able to have an orgasm in a healthy sexual experience, your brain is likely in drain brain. And my point about that is your graphs might get worse before they get better. But like a Rubik's Cube, that's part of the healing process. So that's the rewire process. The hardwire process is doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again so that you hardwire in your new healthy brain performance pattern and your new habits and routines. In other videos, I've shared with you ways for you to get ready. Get ready because it's coming up this week. Daily shorts. Stay with me for the whole month. Every single day you'll be improving. And by the end of the month, you're going to feel like a rock star. Okay, I hope this helps you out. And until next time, control your brain or it'll control you.